Oh. All right, guys, we're live. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in. And guys, I want to talk a little bit about politics. I got guests coming over pretty soon, but I wanted to talk about this because I don't like discussing politics with my immediate circle. But like I said in previous lives when I discussed politics, having a platform, even though this is a sports platform, I think it's an injustice if you don't speak out about the stuff that's going on in the world right now. This is crazy. It's absolutely insane what's going on this planet right now. And, you can't be silent on this. And this is why, I'm going to do my part with my platform, speak out on this stuff. Uh, you guys know today is supposedly Power Plant Day, Bridge Day, or whatever President Donald J. Trump is calling it. And he's talking about destroying the power plants and the bridges over in Iran. He's talking about annihilating the whole civilization as a whole. And this is absolutely insane. Uh, he put up a post today on his Truth Social. Let me see if I can pull it up and read it to you guys. Just wow, it's amazing, guys. Let me pull it up here. I can find it. Okay, let me read this. This is Donald J. Trump. He says, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionary, wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight one of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran." So that is the President of the United States. That's a post he made on his Truth Social, basically talking about ending a whole civilization. And hey, what's going on there? What's going on? They're talking about ending a whole civilization, and everyone's silent. No one's saying anything about this. I hear a few people, even in his party, talking about the 25th Amendment, but nothing's being done. And people are assuming that he's talking about using nuclear weapons. Now, he didn't say that, but it's a possibility that he could use nuclear weapons to wipe out a whole civilization. And, the thing is, that would ruin the entire planet using these nuclear weapons, all the countries around there. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely insane. And I don't think people realize how dangerous this is. This is a dangerous situation. Hey, what's going on? Just on here doing my part, man. Just speaking out about this because it's absolutely crazy, man. And people are just like their heads are in the sand when it comes to this stuff. Now, I'm hoping this doesn't happen. I'm hoping this doesn't happen. And I'm hoping he's just selling wolf tickets. We're talking about the situation with United States and Iran, and Trump talking about ending the civilization tonight. I think he has a 8 p.m. deadline or something like that. So, everyone's watching with bated breath to find out what's going to happen. And let me say this. If we get through this, I'm looking at this situation where Donald Trump was put in office. I know people who aren't religious, they're not going to agree with this, but I think that he was possibly put there on purpose. God put him there on purpose to take the veil, to lift the veil off of our eyes to see the things that are absolutely happening around us. Because here in America, we tend to think that we're, nothing can happen to us. We think like that. Nothing can happen to us. And now we're seeing a lot of these scenarios. We're finding out a lot of things were lies. We're seeing how a lot of these people at the top were, you know, messing with children and just all types of things. And we've been bickering with one another inside the country for so long on stuff that shouldn't even matter, the color of our skin, gender, things like that. You know, we don't think something from the outside can harm us, but we're not safe. We're not safe. No, I'm not a supporter of him. I am not a supporter of Donald Trump, man. I don't understand why he's in there, but like I said, it's probably, in my opinion, I think God put him there to lift the veil off of our eyes, to let us see how vulnerable we are. And maybe we can change. If we get through this, maybe we can change as a country, put our differences aside and start working together to make a better society. That's what life should be about. You know, I'm out every day. I just went and got some gas, and I just saw people at the gas station. I could just see the disgust on their faces and the concern on their faces when they were filling up their tank. I got I have a truck, but I do have a smaller car. I went to go fill up my smaller car, and it cost me damn near $40 to fill up that small car with regular gas. So yeah, I'm feeling the pinch just like a lot of people, the grocery prices and things like that. You know, it's tough. And, you know, you have the AI equation now. People are losing their jobs to AI. Or some of these companies are using it as an excuse to fire people. We had the situation with Oracle. They let go of, what, 30K people? They didn't even talk to these people. They fired these people via email. Let that sink in. These folks at the top, they don't care about you. And they're going to use us as pawns in their little game. And you guys see this here. They're talking about us destroying a whole civilization, guys. Think about how insane that is. And a lot of us, we're asleep. We're asleep because we've been beat down so much. You know, they keep us worried about the everyday things that we just don't see what's going on around here. We just don't. What do you think as an American? What can you do about this situation? Well, I'm praying to God that our government does something, because that's what they're there for. You know, we're supposed to have these checks and balances in place to prevent stuff like this when, you know, a leader flies off the handle like this. But I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Like I said, I'm hoping that nothing happens. I don't want anything to happen to anyone, no civilization. You know, we shouldn't be out here just getting rid of people. No one. That's not our right to do that. And it's just disgusting how people, you know, they don't even flinch when it comes to things like this. It doesn't even bother them. They sleep well at night. It's crazy, guys. I'm trying to, you know, I'm not a political guy, but, you know, I see what's going on. And it's a bleak future right now. Everyone's just trying to hold on for dear life, man. Everyone's just trying to hold on. People feel the effects around the world, you know, dealing with the fuel stuff going on too, the oil, you know, places talking about they're running out of stuff. And I think, you know, even here, the diesel's pretty high, and, you know, trucks run on diesel, and they have to move goods and things like that across the country, and people won't be getting things in a timely fashion, and everything's just going to go up in price. You know, and people they don't have the money to pay for stuff like this. They don't. They already trying to take your jobs away. I mean, imagine this. If they put AI in your job, what are we supposed to do all day? And not only that, if they give AI all the jobs, who's going to pay for this shit? No one's going to have any money because no one's going to have any job. I mean, what are their intentions for us? You know, they already have us under surveillance. Everything we do, you know, it's just going to get worse. And then they're putting these data centers in these communities, and they're going to destroy everything, the water, the electricity. It's wow, man. It's crazy the things that they're doing, and it's amazing how quickly everything's accelerating. Everything. But anyway, I wanted to come on here. I wanted to rant for a bit, guys. Like I said, it would be a shame not to say anything, just to stay silent on it. Because I know a lot of people are. They're staying silent because they're afraid to speak out, and I get it. You know, because they live inside the country, they don't want to be viewed as a, you know, a horrible American. But I think, you know, wrong is wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And I think as Americans, we should speak out on this if you have a platform. And like I said, this is a sports platform. You know, I talk about boxing, but you know, I can't just talk about boxing when this is going on. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I got company coming. I got to get ready here. I'm already late, but maybe I'll be back on to talk about this more. But some men just want to see the world burn. They don't care. They don't care, guys. All right, so you guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.